I'd rather talk about the future. I hope you know in the next when the next census come out for 2030 that they plan on adding not Somalians, Jamaicans and Haitians under the category as Black American and African American, which will give them the leeway to call themselves African American and Black American. And so I came up with a census so we as a whole can take Black and African American off and maybe replace it with Sulani, maybe place it with something else that we can agree on. But it has to come off because if it doesn't, they will be included with us. And they're already calling our ancestors their ancestors. I know you seen that video where that lady was talking about Harriet Tubman, and she's a whole Ugandan. And then we have the AU6. I'm pretty sure you're aware of the AU6, where Queen Blessing Itawa is over it, and AU6 is supposed to represent us, and she calls herself a Nigerian. So we have a petition, and I will be putting a link in the chat. But I talked to Sulani. Yes, they said that it's okay for me to put Sulani on the petition because we have to get that off out the census. So what you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree that we need to have our own designation specific to our lineage because they are trying to cosplay, they're trying to flip and remix. So I'm down for that. You use Foundational Black Americans, Sulani, Freedmen. I'm with anything that specifies non-immigrant background.
Thing you should be asking, but I came to speak on the thing.
Okay, hold on, brother. Where are you from, man? Where the hell is that flag from?
That's Uganda. I don't know where your geography teacher did work do.
I'm not familiar with the flag, dude. That's why I asked, sir.
Okay.
Okay, calm down. Shit, brother. The flag is yellow and red and black, and it got a piece of bush meat in the middle. I've never seen that shit. So yeah, I'm going to ask a question. Don't get offended.
So that's going to be pig intestine.
Don't get offended, brother. I'm not familiar with the flag. That's why I asked. Calm down, dude.
Yeah, in Uganda we don't eat pig intestine, but the thing is, I can speak on the thing when you say FBA is a lineage, but you create that thing last year. You just told out this story how you came up with the creation, how you thought about creating it, and then you lumped it on the people, and then you enforcing
who the hell are you try to define our lineage? And you sitting over there in the village eating some ostrich egg omelets. How you gonna define our lineage? And you ain't even over here. You ain't got nothing to do with us. You can't define who the hell we are. You can't define us, sir. You're not going to disrespect our lineage by trying to come in here and colonize what we call ourselves.
Well, that's not lineage.
You come from abject poverty. You come from poverty and deprivation. You can't speak on us. You gotta. Yeah, you are. Are you in the UK somewhere? Are you in the UK?
Don't worry, where I'm one.
Yeah, you had to flee. You fled from Uganda.
Your ancestors were fleeing.
No, they're not. No. You hate. No. You don't tell us what the hell our lineage is.
Caribbean and Africa.
You don't tell us what our lineage is.
When the USA was not right, they were fleeing. They people.
No, you were, sir. Y'all been fleeing.
Talk about fleeing. You know people.
No, I'm talking about you fleeing. Yeah, you were fleeing. You from Uganda, sir. You come from a lineage of buck breaking. Y'all got buck broken by the Arabs over there, sir.
You come from a lineage of
no. Let's talk about your history. Let's talk about your history. Yeah. No, sir. No, because y'all used to be the kingdom of Buganda. All right, y'all were the kingdom. Right? Am I telling the truth? No. Stop. Don't talk over me. Were you not the kingdom of Buganda at first? Right.
The different kingdoms, my guy.
No, it's the same area. Ain't it?
If you try and talk about history.
No. It was the kingdom of Buganda. No, there was a name change. They took the B off, but it was the kingdom of Buganda in the same area, wasn't it?
Buganda is still a kingdom. It's still standing.
Yeah, but it's in that same area, ain't it? It's in the same area, ain't it?
It's going to be the same area where you was never been.
No, I know that. I know about your history, though.
No, you know nothing.
Who are the Ugandan? Who are the Ugandan martyrs? Okay, no.
Like it.
Who were the Ugandan martyrs?
Don't worry about Uganda.
I know. Yes, I do. I'm about to teach you about your history.
The anti-Africa cult in the USA.
Who were the Ugandan martyrs?
Envious to the African people.
Okay, don't talk over me. Don't talk over me, Dudu Tunde. Who were the Ugandan
Over me
martyrs?
over here. You're a grown man. Hold
Who
on your
were the
emotion.
Ugandan and you grown musty? You grown musty. Who were the Ugandan martyrs? Go.
I'm not trying to deal with
Who were the Ugandan
someone come
martyrs?
talk to me too.
You're not gonna talk over me.
From your trauma. That slavery trauma too much.
Slavery trauma.
Yeah.
Dude, y'all got colonized and remixed and got y'all asses whooped over there by the white folks.
That slavery
What you
trauma
talking
talking point.
about? Yeah.
That the
To the point where you had to flee. You got spanked.
slavery trauma talking point, my guy.
No. Trauma,
I was
nothing. Y'all were over
emotional.
there
I have
getting
a
butt
conversation
broken.
like a man.
Oh, no. Y'all got butt broken by the Arabs, and your king over there, the
I'm
king of
talking over
Buganda,
here.
the king of Buganda was a big old sassy punk who was breaking people, buck breaking people.
Back broken tear.
No. Y'all were over there. Yeah,
Down
it
TikTok,
was
bro.
called Buganda, and the B was for bussy because that's what they were over there blowing out.
Where you're
All
getting
right.
you
So
till
you
this day. You
understand
say
your
you can't tell
history.
me
You
something.
come from a
You say
history of
you still
punks.
standing go right now.
You come from a
You
lineage
still
of,
crying
okay,
like
get
a
off my
girl.
phone,
You
you
want a
babbling.
problem
You
TikTok.
come from a lineage of punks. Y'all king over there, the king of, y'all look up the king of Buganda. He was a big old sassy punk up there buck breaking other men. And the Ugandan martyrs were men who didn't want to get buck broken, so they ended up getting killed because they didn't want to get their bussy spread by the damn king over there. That's what he comes from, a kingdom of punks, booty warriors. You don't come telling us about our lineage, and you come from having your Bucci cat blown out by your king. Y'all ain't about to tell us nothing about no history. Look that up. Don't tell. Hey, yo, shut up. The hell out of here. You ain't telling us about our culture, and you done been buck broken. Y'all claim the fame as a buck breaking over there. They're buck breaking each other. Boy, these people got a lot of nerve. You don't get to talk about anything in our lineage. You don't get to define nothing. You don't get to say nothing. Hell out of here. Goodness. Goodness. Anyway, who is this lady here? Let's get this, some lady. I don't know what your name is, but I'm inviting. I don't know what your name is, lady. I think I tried to invite you.
Terry, I just got a question. Do you not think you're just like Charlie Clerk? Instead of addressing Black American issues, you're deflecting it to Africans,
Black American
my
issues like
brother,
what?
respectfully.
Now, first of all, Hunter, where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta. Flags are
Not with
just
all
my
them flags.
roots.
Not with all them flags. And why you, where you from, man?
I'm from Atlanta. The flags are my. I'm Creole. That's my
Oh,
ethnicity of
those,
African, Spanish, and French descent.
what part of Africa?
West African,
Okay. French and Creole?
French and Spanish.
French and Spanish. So, okay. Well, you're Colombian, your family. Where they immigrate? They
Nah,
immigrated from
my parents. We
Colombia?
had a whole culture that existed before the term African American
Right.
existed.
But y'all immigrated here. Where did they immigrate from? Let's not play games. Where'd your family immigrate here from? That's not a trick question, brother.
I know. I'm just saying they immigrated from Europe and Africa.
No, sir. What part of Latin America did your family immigrate here from, sir?
First of all, Louisiana was different from the rest of the United States.
Sir.
We are part of the Spanish and French Empire.
What part of Latin America did your family immigrate here
I'm
from?
fifth generational, so my people have been here.
What part did they immigrate from South America, sir?
They were already in Spain. They didn't immigrate.
Okay. The Spanish would have to immigrate here too at one point. What part
But you
did
didn't
your
even. You're deflect. You didn't even
no,
answer my
sorry,
question.
because
Do you
see,
not think about Charlie
you're
Kirk?
not being honest about where y'all immigrated from. You've been dancing around it, sir. So you can't sit here
Damn,
and talk
they
about
don't. That's you don't
and
even
talk
know.
about what we're you can't
Damn,
talk
you
about
want to
what I'm
tell me when
deflecting.
I
No,
know
no.
who the fuck I am. My people been
Okay,
here.
you ain't about to crash out, Julio. Okay. That's what you're not gonna do. You ain't about to crash out because now you done got caught lying. You're an immigrant. You come from an immigrant background. And you're Hispanic, sir. All that French stuff. You're probably Mexican or something. You're Hispanic, sir. Let's stop that. And I'm looking at your picture. You look like a fat Rico Suave. So stop it. Let's stop all that bullshit. All right? This dude is an immigrant. Comes from an immigrant background. All that horseshit and talking in circles. No, you're not going to do that. They say he's a Telemundo tether. Yeah, you're not going to do that. You're not going to come in here lying and then wagging your finger telling us what we should talk about and not talk about. No, this is our platform. This is our homeland. We can talk about whatever when it comes to our lineage. But yeah, you're not going to do that, though. You're not going to come in here lying and being evasive. Get your ass out of here. You're Hispanic. He's trying to dance around saying he's Hispanic. He's Hispanic. He's trying to dance around that. When they start talking about Spain, well, there's Spain and Creole and a little French, he's a Hispanic. That's what that is. He's Hispanic. All right. They'll try to play the African card when it's convenient. But yeah, on their paperwork is always Caucasian. Yeah.
Instagram before. I thought you was cool. I thought you was a bit funny and stuff. And then I discovered on TikTok that you was the guy that coined the term for the FBAs, so-called FBAs
Yes.
and whatnot. I didn't know that you was the god of FBAs and people out here being
god?
pretenders and whatnot.
The god of FBAs?
Well, yeah, they look up to you as a genius.
Okay. Are you the god of mustiness? Because Musty looks up to you too.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Let me ask you something. Why did you deflect from that guy?
Why are you deflecting from being a musty fleeing tether?
I mean, I think what you should do is just address the real.
I think you should go back to your homeland and
Why
make sure
did you
that's good and
deflect
stop,
from what he was
and stop
saying?
worrying about FBA business. I think you should do that. Why don't you do that? Why are you up in FBA business?
Why are you crashing out?
And you're in the UK. You're not
Why
even
are you
over here.
crashing out?
Sir,
Tariq,
you're crashing
chill.
out. You call me.
Tariq, don't crash out. Just
Sir, you
stay
call
with
me lying. You call me lying,
Stay
sir.
with me.
No. You call me lying. See that? We don't do all that lying and scamming. You do that in your homeland, sir. We don't do that. You called up lying.
Then stay with me. Why are you crashing out?
No. You
Have I
called up
offended you?
lying. You called up lying, talking in bad faith, or you're the god of FBA. So when you come up lying, you've nullified everything else. Everything
Well,
else is
I didn't mean to
nullified.
offend you, Tariq. I didn't know
You're not
you was-
offending me, sir.
I
You're a
didn't know
musty
you was
fleeing
that
tether.
gentle.
I'm not offended
I
by
didn't know you
that.
was that gentle.
Only thing, the thing that's gentle is your hairline, and you need to brush it, sir. And you
haven't even
you come in
seen
here
me.
lying.
I've got more
You're
hair
coming
than
here
you,
lying,
Tariq.
and we don't have that. You're not going to
Tariq,
come in here lying,
I've got more hair
arguing
than
in bad faith. No, because, sir,
I promise you I've
all
got
of
more
that
hair than
bad
you.
faith, all of that bad faith trolling means that you're upset because you can't tell onto us, sir.
You're very
Just say
touchy.
that.
You're very touchy. All right, let's just have the conversation. Let's move away from the cussing.
No, because you're not having a conversation. You're whining to another man. I'm not here to
Do
hear
you feel
tether whining.
threatened, Tariq?
You're-
You feel threatened?
No, by must, yeah, I don't want to get your mustangs on me, but I'm not going to have somebody whining to me.
Is that the
I
best
don't,
you
I
got?
don't, I don't let men whine because now you're whining. Why are you whining to another man?
FBA history. Is that all you
Why are
know?
you whining to another
Some
man in line? You're whining. Now you're just whining.
cuss words that your YT masters taught you? Is that all
I
you
didn't
know?
say I didn't use one cuss word towards you, sir. But
Okay.
you're using must words to me because you're musty and lying, sir. I
All
didn't
right,
use cuss words because you use
let's
must
get
words.
to.
So
let me
why are
ask
you
about-
lying?
let me
So let's
ask you
get to the
about
facts.
what
So
you
why are you
termed-
upset that we delineate? Yes,
Do you
why are
think-
you upset because foundational Black
Do you think you're
Americans
not
are delineated?
African? Do you think you're not African?
What part of Africa are we welcome to? What African homeland do we have?
So that's the okay. That's the problem. You just don't feel welcome enough.
What you
Why
mean
didn't
welcome
you
enough?
just say that?
What part of Africa are we from?
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean? You're from Western Central Africa.
Where?
Again, well, that would be regions like
Okay,
Ghana.
what's so you're just giving us a
Nigeria.
generic designation? Are you trying to give us a generic designation?
I don't need to give you, but your haplogroup gives you that. Your
Okay,
E1,
haplogroup
B1A.
don't mean anything.
Your haplogroup
don't
is E1,
that,
B1A.
no. Haplogroup, no. That
Ties you
don't
to
mean
West
anything.
and Central Africa, Tariq.
Everybody's from that
Yeah,
part.
and your haplogroup is also
Yeah.
L1.
Sir, most people on the planet comes from Africa somewhere. Everybody comes from Africa somewhere at one point. That's redundant.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, you sound East African.
So So I got a question. I got a question to you, man.
Okay, slow down because you already coming in
No, no,
aggressive.
no, no. We good. We're
Okay,
good.
what part of East Africa are you from?
Not East Africa.
What part?
So you've been watching this live, man. You playing these FPAs. You need to be man. So you watch all.
What part of Africa are you from, dude? Stop all of that goosey babbling. What part of Africa are you from? Damn. What part of Africa are you from, brother? You going right into your horse crap. What part of Africa are you from? Come on, brother. Damiano, come on.
So
What
why are you
part of
scamming these people?
what part of
No,
Africa are
don't
you
worry about
from?
where I'm from. Just I'm
Okay, yeah,
asking
yeah.
you,
Well, no, but
why
then
are you
you no,
scamming
no,
these
no, no, no,
people?
no. Okay.
You know you.
Okay, so what you're not going to do, sir, you're not going to sit here projecting your scam mentality. You're not going to do that because now you're
Nah, you're
projecting.
not gonna do that, bro. You're not gonna play.
You're projecting because you come from a scam. Your culture is so scammy, you don't even want to name what it is. So you don't do that. You're not going to call up here. Now, why are you really mad? Why are you upset with Foundational Black American? Come on,
So no,
Africa.
no, 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 no. So yeah, you got a question, right? And I also have
Why are
to
you upset with
ask
us?
a
Because
question.
why are
So
you upset with us
why you
delineating for
scam?
you?
Why you scamming these people? FBAs, you know how ignorant you guys they are, but you keep on
So
scamming
you're
them.
FBAs are ignorant, but you're the genius who had to flee from your failed
This
homeland.
is the same
You're the genius who had to flee from his failed homeland.
about scam.
You're the genius who had to flee, but everybody else is dumb. Okay, explain.
You inventing another scam. This is the same as Black Lives Matter scam.
You just babbling, sir. You're just babbling because
Got
that's
another
what you
scam.
do. That's what you do. Y'all have scam degrees, scam diplomas. You go to the green card office scamming and lying. So yeah, all you're doing is projecting. You can't even name where you from, sir. So yeah, you're
All
not.
right, we
Y'all,
could talk.
okay, get your scamming, projecting self out here. Y'all don't call up projecting your scam mindset onto us. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to project your little scammy mindset onto us. Family, y'all got to clean these TikTok streets up. All right? Y'all got to clean these TikTok. It's running with must and goosey somewhere.
Yeah, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Oh yeah, you got a meme of me. You got a negative meme of me. Okay, what's up? So you're not
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good
you're
evening,
not
brother. How are
you're
you?
jealous of me. So why are you jealous of a man? That's not
You
cool.
know, it's a couple of topics, brother, I wanted to speak on.
But why are you jealous of a man? What is that?
No, 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 no. It's not you, brother.
Yeah, it
But
is,
yeah,
bro.
so let's speak on the topic of fleeing, brother.
Yes, let's go.
All right, so what did Harriet Tubman do when she was running around with a pocket full of hush puppies, brother, slanging them left and right, ducking bloodhounds, brother? Was she not fleeing, brother?
Yeah, so she came back though. Y'all didn't.
No, she went all the way to Canada,
And
brother.
came back.
Canada, brother.
And came
She
back.
fled to a whole.
And came back. She left, got people to
She went.
freedom, came back, and they came back. You left, ain't never going back, sir. Sir, and speaking of hush puppies, nigga, you ate a real puppy and you put the bush meat in your
She was
luggage and went
throwing
to
hush
Europe.
puppies.
You put a real puppy, you put a pit bull puppy in your luggage and went to Europe. All right, get out of here. Don't you dare talk about Harriet Tubman using wild puppies for bush meat, and you fled and never went back. Harriet Tubman was a rider. Harriet Tubman was getting people to freedom and coming back. She lived and died on her homeland. She didn't sit up here fleeing and didn't come back. We made sure, and she was a part of the Civil War, the whole shebang. So we stood on justice. Everybody wasn't fleeing like you. That sister was a rider, and she stood on lineage business because a lot of these tethers try to say, well, Harriet Tubman was from the Akan tribe. Horse crap. Harriet Tubman did a speech when the American Colonization Society was trying to send everybody over there to Liberia and all that horse crap. She did a very famous speech that a lot of folks don't talk about. She said, hey, listen, they're trying to send some of us to Africa. We ain't going because we're too deeply, can't pull us up. Y'all look up that quote from our good Queen Mother, Harriet Tubman. You understand? And shout out to the hush puppies. Yeah, hush puppies came from us killing bloodhounds. We came up with ways to kill bloodhounds. Should I say that? Should I say that word on here? Because I got to watch what I say on here. I know there's a little TikTok language. You can't say certain words. So let me watch the language in here. All right, let me watch my language in here. I got to respect the TikTok joint here. All right. I got to respect it. Man. Oh yeah, this dude. Yeah. Our people, they knew this was our spot. We were standing on lineage business. How dare you even bring up Harriet Tubman? She ain't got nothing to do with what you doing. Woman risked her life to stand up for justice for foundational Black Americans and got people to freedom, and then made sure that we got our full rights as citizens by participating in the Civil War.
What I'm curious about is really not pertaining to Africans, but more so your mission as FBA, right? So you've claimed this lineage and whatnot, and I just want to know, like, what is your goal, or what things are you
What does that
doing to
mean? What does
actually
that mean?
uplift?
What's your goal as an East African? What's your goal?
I'm not an East African.
Ma'am, I can kind of hear your forehead a little bit.
No, I'm Nigerian.
Oh, okay. So what's your goal as a Nigerian?
I can't ask you a question?
Because it's the same question. Because your question doesn't make sense.
No, I'm asking you about the
What's
goal.
your goal as a Nigerian? What's your goal?
I'm asking you about FBA. You don't want to answer
Right.
questions about FBA?
I'm answering it now because what you're asking me makes no sense. When does a lineage have a goal? It's your lineage is your lineage.
Okay, I'll rephrase the question. Do you for foundational Black Americans?
There's 43 million of us. So what is supposed to be the goal of 43 million people?
I'm not talking about foundational Black Americans. I'm talking about you, Tariq Nasheed.
Oh, my goal, I'm about to go to El Pollo Loco when I get off the phone. That's my goal.
So
So what are you
this
talking
rhetoric
about?
that you spew online, you have no goals with it. This is just pointless. This is
What rhetoric?
just
What rhetoric? So why
failed
you
pimp,
okay? Okay, why are you
failed pimp
upset?
babble. Let's talk about how you used to pimp out Black American women. Let's talk about
I
that.
had one hoe. I was your mama.
You had one hoe, really?
One hoe. Your mama.
Yeah. This
And
man is a grifter.
ma'am, I had one hoe. It was your mother. We
Pimps
made
out his own
$8.
people, but you're an anti
Your mama ran off with the money.
fraud. You're a
Ma'am, no, ma'am. That's you. You had to
failed
go,
pimp.
ma'am. You had to do hand jobs to
They
get a
couldn't
green
give you
card.
land and
You had to do a hand job
try
for
to
a green card,
gentrify.
ma'am. No. You're not about to start trolling. No. You're not. You're not about to. No. You're not about to start trolling. No, y'all not about to start trolling and lying and projecting, ma'am. We know what God. Your hoeing is showing. We know what you had to do with that mouth. Y'all be hoeing it up. Don't project that stuff onto me. No, ma'am. That's a strange stuff for white men. Stuff for white men. Or for whitey men, as y'all say on here. No. You don't project your little old sluttiness onto me, ma'am. No. We don't get to do that with your little musty self. Come on, what's our goal? We ain't got no goal. Our goal is our lineage. Our lineage is our lineage. Our goal ain't to flee. We over there busting it open for a green card. Yeah, they love projecting their little old weird sexual deviancy onto us. No, ma'am. Y'all be over there busting it out for the white tourist. That's you. That's y'all. Don't put that on us. Don't be lying on me. Don't do that. Man. Yes, indeed. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna come back on later. Let me run some errands.